2011 MAGC Conference. I'm Dr. Sandy Manning, and it's my privilege to introduce our keynote speaker for this morning. It's Dr. Richard Olenchak, and he's very accomplished in many fields. I would like to tell you a little bit about him. We're just so pleased to welcome him as our keynote speaker. Dr. Olenchak is currently a professor at the University of Houston, where he also is a psychologist and serves as a director of the Urban Talent Research Institute. Now then, Dr. Olenchak is not far removed from the everyday life of the classroom. And this is an area, where we can all connect with, because he has taught in grades 2 through 11, specializing in gifted studies and also working with students with disabilities. He served as principal in elementary school and also in the middle school area. So he has that administrative background as well. And Dr. Olenchak has also served as the president of our national association, the National Association for Gifted Children, of which our state association is actually an affiliate group. And so we're very pleased to have him. And last but not least, many publications. He wrote a book that won an award in 2009, the Social Emotional Curriculum for the Gifted. And we who work with gifted students and rear gifted students know that these issues are very important, and sometimes there's not a lot of guidance on how we will meet those needs for our gifted children. So today, Dr. Olenchak is going to really speak on a topic that I'm very excited to hear about. Creativity, expanding that creativity within this whole realm of our test-driven schools here. And I know that many of us are confused and kind of suffer with how do we teach the way we know that we should teach within the parameters of our statewide testing. And so he's going to give us lots of great ideas from his educational and background experience with students. And so please help me welcome to our 2011 conference, Dr. Richard Olenchak.
That microphone will try. Good morning. Thank you for having me here. Greetings from the National Association for Gifted Children. Greetings from Houston, where it is. I left yesterday afternoon to come here. It was 98. You cannot hear. It was maybe this is, well, it must be on because you just used it. How about this? I'll try this again. Yeah, I can walk and talk and chew gum at the same time. Greetings from the National Association for Gifted Children. Greetings from Houston. I left yesterday afternoon to fly here. It was already 98 degrees, but the humidity was an uncharacteristic 20%, which we've had all summer. 61 days of 100 degrees or more, and everything's brown. You think we would live in Arizona? I would like, before I start, to thank the teachers of Gifted from the Long Beach School District. Wherever you are, stand up, please. I know you're in this room. The teachers from Long Beach went to the trouble of giving me a gift. I was flattered and shocked, so thank you all very much. One disclaimer before we begin. I'm going to say some things this morning that you won't like. I will. I am a leukemia survivor. Pronounced cured 2 years ago. I run 6 miles a day. I didn't this morning, I have to confess, but typically I do. Health is very important to me, but I learned from my experience with leukemia that life is short and we better lay our cards on the table, so I will today. Related to that disclaimer, I'm going to speak a little bit about politics. Unfortunately, and I'm sad about this, education in our country has become almost intertwined with politics. I think that's very bad and very dangerous, and it makes me not only sad, but also a bit angry. I am neither Republican nor Democrat. Politically, I probably fall in the right-hand side of the middle. Physically, I'm ultra-conservative. I'm tight-fisted when it comes to budgets. On social issues, I'm more in the middle. I'm telling you this so that when I say what I'm going to say to you, you aren't going to all get your backs up and say, well, Lord, this man's a flaming radical. Here we go. Glee. Glee is missing from most students in schools today. I live in the king of the testing states, Texas. We didn't invent it. The state of New York started that many years ago with the Regents exam. But Texas has certainly given it new meaning, and not necessarily in a good way. I live in a state that chose to balance a $27 billion deficit. That's with a B. This isn't in the media, but I live there and I'm a taxpayer. I'm telling you the truth. $27 billion deficit on the backs of children and teachers. That's how we balance the budget. Meanwhile, we increase the budget for our freeway system, and we spend, Lord knows how much, I keep asking for the amount and they won't tell me, on a new testing program yet again. So we're spending more on tests and roads and less on education of children. My baby turned 12, and we did something this fall we never thought we'd ever do. We sent him to private school. Why did we do that? Well, because his middle school classroom jumped from an average class size of 25 to 38 overnight. Teachers are laid off, jobless, furloughed, and the recipients of salary reductions so that the state can balance its budget. You make your own decision about Rick Perry. Gifted. There's how the dictionary defines it. Natural ability, talented. Yes, talented is used interchangeably with gifted, and in fact, that's how I use it. I use them as synonyms. You may not, but I do. And the reason I do is over the years as a teacher, a parent, a principal, a researcher, a psychologist, it seems to me that an awful lot of people have an awful lot of talent that we don't mine, M-I-N-E. I grew up in North Carolina, so I don't always enunciate very well, and I apologize. But we don't always mine it very well. We have a project currently, among a number of projects, in Vancouver, British Columbia, of all places. And the reason there is we ended up being recipients of a foundation grant to work in a specialized high school for homeless youth. I don't know of any city in the United States that has such a school. It's really quite novel. We've been doing a lot of talent development with young people who, frankly, for want of a better way to put it, had all been written off by the system. Believe it or not, a number of them are doing quite well, and we've unearthed and discovered and are about nurturing a number of talents in those young people. Sort of exciting.